Shalawam, Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, the Buanas to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalawam to Lek out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. Right, I want to get into a quick topic. I believe I'll entitle it Give It Your All, or this will be Breathe number 5, either one. But this is the book of Colossians 3 and 23. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily, as to the Lord, and not unto men, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Lord YAHAWASHI. Okay, so, whatever we do, it says what? Do it heartily, which pretty much means, to give it your all, to give it all your effort, putting everything that you have into it, your honesty, your sincerity, your truth into it, because when we labor in this truth, we labor for our salvation. We labor for all those that seek learning. We labor for the love of YAHAWASHI. We follow orders. We try to do it accordingly, as much as possible. Every ounce that we have within our spirit, to show, love for one another in the brotherhood, whether it be charity for a brother, picking a brother up when he's down, just giving a brother a pep talk, whatever it may be, every ounce of energy that you have within you and that you put forth towards this work and towards the brotherhood, do it honestly and sincerely, man, and give it your all. If you want to give advice to a brother, give him the best advice, that you can give him, treating your brother as yourself. You wouldn't, just tell a brother something quick just to get him out your face. You wouldn't want anybody to do that to you. You going through a situation. You give them your everything, man. Everything that the Most High pours within your spirit to utter at that moment, and it's going to be through the spirit. You give it to that brother. I'll read this again. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord, and not unto men, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for we serve the Lord YAHAWASHI. And, also we got to look as, in the spirit, like YAHAWASHI is here constantly with us, and we don't know who the next man is that's laboring with us. So we got to treat the next man, with the utmost respect, because we don't know, who we were in the past life and different things like that, and you don't know who you're dealing with, man. So you want to do everything in sincerity as much as possible, as much as lies within you. And, like how the brother Shar gets into, the word innate. It should just be an innate thing for you to be sincere, for you to want to, give the next man your all, that should just be in you. The truth can't be on you. It's got to be in you, man. It's just certain things, like coming up if, you play basketball or whatever. For some people, it may take practice, but for the most people that's, really great at basketball, football, or whatever it is, it's just in them. They have that natural ability. And it should be naturally within us, to do this work wholeheartedly and to give it our all, because what? We're looking to receive that reward of the inheritance, man. Because who are we serving? We're serving the Lord. We serve apostles and elders, of YAHAWASHI. But ultimately, who do we serve? We serve the Lord. So when we doing things, in the spirit, whether it be the videos or, whatever it may be, whatever deed it is, we're serving men, as our guides in this truth. And by doing so, that initially goes into the Lord. That proves that we're serving the Lord, because that's what the Lord wants us to do. The Lord wants us to follow orders. The Lord wants us to stay in line. The Lord wants us to break down these scriptures correctly. The Lord wants us to deal with the brotherhood uprightly, you know? And all that is going to count towards you for your reward in the end. You know, you can't fake the funk, man, because what the Lord is the discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart. So you're going to be found out eventually, you know? So this is the book of Ecclesiastes 9 and 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. You know, so this is straight to the point, whatever our hand findeth to do, you know, and you know what, that the hand, what you have 5 fingers on the hand, you know, and the number 5 deals with power, you know, according to the truth, you know, so we supposed to put all our power, you know, to the plow, to this work, you know, whatever we have within our ability, man, you know, is, yeah, we have the quota, just like how we had the quota before, you know, when that quota got upped, because what, the signs of the times and the Most High speeding things up, and you know, those who are going to be weeded out got to be weeded out, you know. But this work is not a chore, you know, it's not your dirty laundry or anything like that, man. You know, this is a diligent work that takes time, effort, and dedication. You know, your spirit got to be in this thing, man. Yeah, we have those ups and downs and different things like that, but at the end of the day, we got to work, you know. Our hand has to diligently be towards this plow. Our hand has to be in the midst of the work constantly, watching the shows, doing what we got to do, taking heed, paying attention to the spirit, man. There's so many avenues in this truth that have to be covered, man. You know, so many. But you have to truly apply your mind unto it, okay? So it says, I read it one more time. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with all thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. Because when it's all said and done, we want to make sure that we've done all we can within this ministry, regardless of whatever position you may have, whether you have a high rank in the camp or a low rank in the camp. But according to, you know, your rank and file, or according to your ability, you want to make sure that you gave it your all, so that the Lord can truly be pleased with you to give you the keys to the kingdom, you know, to put that crown upon your head, you know, and that's what we all hoping for, all right? And, you know, I just want to give one example because, you know, and this is a great example that I like to get into, because this is a great man that deserved his reward, you know, and this is a great example to look at, you know. And this is the book of Joshua chapter 14 verse 5. As the Lord commanded Moses, so the children of Israel did, and they divided the land. Then the children of Judah came unto Joshua in Gilgal, and Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite said unto him, Thou knowest the thing that the Lord said unto Moses, the man of the Most High, concerning me and thee in Kadesh Barnea. 40 years old was I when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to espy out the land, and I brought him word again, and it was in my heart. Okay, so he kept it to himself. You know, his deed that he had to do, and you know, he did it with sincerity. Nevertheless, my brethren that went up with me made the heart of the people melt, but I wholly followed the Lord my people. Okay, so he said that basically what, he didn't go astray. Okay, he did what he had to do. He wholly followed the Lord, regardless of uh, things, that were done or how things were looking, you know, his other brethren that he said went up with him, they weakened the people, you know, but he stayed strong within the Lord because he knew, you know, what his end would be, you know, if he stayed sincere, if he kept it real, basically. That's what it is. When you being sincere, you keeping it real. And you can't keep it real with nobody else unless you keeping it real with yourself first, you know? You know, Brother War always mentioned have thy faith, have it to thyself first. As the same principle, man. The same principle. If you're gonna have faith, it's gotta be within you. You gotta make sure that you have that faith. You can't try to put on faith in front of nobody else. It's the same thing with being real. It's the same thing with being genuine. It's the same thing with being honest. It's the same thing with all of that, man. You know? Giving it your all wholeheartedly. Okay, so it's verse 9. It says, and Moses sware on that day, saying, surely the land whereon thy feet have trodden shall be thine inheritance, and thy children's forever, because thou hast wholly followed the Lord thy power. And now, behold, the Lord hath kept me alive, as he said, these 45 years, even since the Lord spake this word unto Moses, while the children of Israel wandered in the wilderness. And now, lo, I am this day 85 years old. So what? The Lord kept him alive another 45 years, down the line. And now, he's about to receive his inheritance, which goes to show you that he put time, effort, work, hard dedication, sincerity, and gave it his all for the Lord from that first mission that the Lord sent him on when he was 40 years old until he was 85 years old, man. So for 45 years, strong, pushing, man. Of course, he served the Lord his whole life, but I'm just mentioning from the time when the Lord gave him that mission, He kept it real. He was diligent. He gave it his all them times, man. He wholly followed the Lord. And that's what we all have to do, keeping our eyes single, keeping our mind focused, man. It gets hard at times, but you got to know where the prize lies. Does your treasure lie here within this world? Well, the Lord going to give that to you. And you're going to be blinded by it, and you're not going to be able to get out of the ways in the world. You're going to entangle yourself with the filth and the pollution of this world again, and you're going to go back into your own vomit. Or does your treasure lie with the Lord? Knowing that you got to do what you got to do to get by, on an everyday basis here in Babylon, but still keeping, the main focus at hand, which is the kingdom. It's verse 11, and it says, as yet I am as strong this day as I was in the day that Moses sent me. As my strength was then, even so is my strength now. For war both to go out, now to come in. Okay? Now therefore give me this mountain whereof the Lord spake in that day, for if thou heardest in that day how the Anakims were there, and that the cities were great and fenced, if so be the Lord will be with me, then I shall be able to drive them out as the Lord have said. Okay? So, hey man, that shows you right there that 45 years down the line, he said that he's still as strong in the Lord when he was 40 years old as this day. And that's how we gotta be, not physically strong, because we know it's all about the spirit, but just as as when you came into the truth, we was hungry, we was zealous, we wanted to learn, we wanted to do this, how it is. We got to be that same way, however many years down the line, however many years you have within this truth, whether it be 2 years, 5 years, 6 years, 20 years, whatever it is. The same way you entered, and you had that strength, you got to have that strength, on the way out. And what I mean by on the way out is when that time of Jacob's trouble come and we get tested with that ultimate test, which is that RFID chip, We got to have that same strength, man. Just as Caleb, okay? Just as Caleb, man. And, this is a beautiful, beautiful example to look at, to think upon, and meditate upon, and apply it, man. We gotta apply these scriptures, man. And these scriptures are the examples to give unto us, for us to have courage, for us to have comfort. To know that our forefathers were never forsaken by the Lord, and that their hope and whatever they hoped for in the Lord, it was always granted unto them, because the Lord is a man that he shouldn't lie, you know. So if we constantly give it our all, we're gonna have the desires of our heart, Uh, another quick one. Yeah, this is I started Psalms 37 and 3. Trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, wholly, wholeheartedly, just as um, Caleb did. Okay, delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Okay? And that's exactly what Caleb did, man. He delighted himself in the Lord, and he got the desires of his heart, man. He committed himself wholly and gave it his all unto the Lord, man. That whole time, man, which goes to show you that, our apostles and our elders of Great Millstone are men of great renown, man. That they are true men of YAHAWASHI. And when I look at, examples like Caleb, I can't help but to think about the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And that's straight up, you know, because how it said, going back, in fact, let me go back, yeah. Um, Slakia. Yeah, when, Slakia. Yeah, Joshua 14 and 8. Nevertheless, my brethren that went up with me made the heart of the people melt. So that's those other guys that didn't continue, from one west. You know, that's them. They made the people heart melt, man. You know, they failed the people, man. But the Lord kept a cluster of grape, you know, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone to continually feed the flock, man. To wholly follow the Lord and to not give up. But to know that their reward is coming if they stay diligent in the Lord, man. And they still doing it unto this day, man. You know? So this is what we gotta do, brothers. You know what I'm saying? And this is the mindset that we gotta have, man. You know? It's a rough road. Nobody said it will be easy, you know. But if we continue to pray and have that faith in the Lord and keep our eyes single, we can have our heart's desires. We can have the love of the Lord. We can be reunited with the Lord, you know. And no more oppression, no more of this bullshit, man. The time is now. We almost here, man. You know. And the scriptures also say what? The race is not given to the swift nor battle to the strong, but time and chance happen to them all. Now is the time, and here we have our chance, man. We have to arise to the occasion in YAHAWASHI and do what we have to do steadfastly, man. You know? So, with that, this was a short, just exhortation, you know. So we just got to give it our all, man. So with that, I hope this short segment was edifying. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And shalawam to Lek out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. Shalawam.